Good morning everybody and welcome to the Frankfurt Major 2015 North American Qualifier 1. We got Cloud9 going up against Unknown and yeah, that's that. Yet again, I'm casting a game that no English casters have casted. Of course, this game was played a little while ago when you watched this on the 14th of October. And seeing as most of the qualifiers are over now, I guess, you know, they aren't really like super up to date, but I'll still be casting a few of these because why the hell not, right? Like, to me, it's not really about having this like, oh, this match is going on right now, we need to watch this, right? And oh, the next match is happening, this here is, right? I don't really care about that. What I care a lot more about is getting you guys some kind of meta snapshot. Right, like getting you guys an idea of what the hell is going on in these competitive matches, and let's take a look at what are people playing. For example, Alchemist currently is one of the most popular heroes in competitive gaming. Would you have known that if I hadn't told you that right now? No, probably not, unless you already watch competitive gaming matches. I can't speak. I'm trying really hard, but I'm apparently failing. But yeah. So that's just, you know, it's like one of those things where, right, the metagame right now is constantly shifting. 6.85 is still a rather new patch and people are still figuring everything out. Alchemist only very recently popped on the scene and, you know, I felt like it would be a decent idea to just kind of like get you an impression of what exactly is going on. And yeah, for example, Alchemist item build is actually really weird and I gotta admit, I myself don't really understand it. I'm just like, wait, why? Why exactly? But, you know, anyway. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the picks so far. We have Doom, Ancient Apparition, and Dragon Knight for Cloud9. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Ember Spirit, Alchemist, and Queen of Pain for Unknown. I would say that nothing out of the ordinary there either. However, Alchemist is again somebody that we haven't seen, at least on this channel here. Right, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Bands-wise, nothing special, nothing crazy. Really... I guess Ogre Magi, but, you know, he's pretty obviously powerful right now. Brood Mother's always one of those heroes where she just changes the game, right? And sometimes Brood Mother just gets banned because you don't feel like putting up with it, right? It's not because you can't deal with it. Because if you take a look at Cloud9's team, they can actually deal with a Brood Mother. Like, just because they have Doom, they can deal with a Brood Mother. But sometimes you just don't want to. Sometimes you're just like, fuck that, alright, let's just get rid of her. And it also gives you a lot more flexibility, right? It allows you to pick a wider array of heroes. And maybe Unknown, I don't personally know this, but maybe they have a player that is known or unknown for playing Brood Mother, right? That might be a thing. So yeah, the next two picks are gonna be the Skywrath Mage and the Dusk. Yeah, nothing too crazy there. Skywrath Mage, a little unusual, but definitely serves a very powerful purpose. And I think especially this game he's gonna be nice because he does have a long instant disable. And that's always like the important thing to note about Skywrath. It comes out instantly. Click on the target, boom, silenced. Right? They just can't do anything anymore. And against heroes like Ember Spirit, Alchemist, and actually Queen of Pain as well, that is a big deal. Because Queen of Pain, I guess, she doesn't really mind buying a BKB too much, right? That's okay, she's still powerful even when she has to. Alchemist and Ember Spirit hate BKB, right? Absolutely hate it. So much so that Ember Spirit doesn't even build BKB if he's going up against something like that. Instead, he builds Manta style. Like, think about that for a second. That's how much Ember Spirit hates BKB. So it's gonna be interesting. Definitely gonna be interesting. We see Juggernaut and Dazzle as the last bans, and now only two picks left. If we take a look at Unknown, I think it's pretty obvious there's gonna be a support, like for example Witch Doctor. There we go. And for Cloud9, we kind of should probably see either a safe lane or an off lane. Either one works. Who would be good against Unknown? Oh, well, I already got Ancient Apparition, by the way, which I think is interesting, because AA is actually pretty good against Alchemist and Witch Doctor. Not really sure why Unknown picked Witch Doctor, but I guess Witch Doctor is just really good. And that's always something to keep in mind, right? It's just very powerful. But yeah, Doom, of course, could be off lane. I don't know how Cloud9 likes to play him. So could be off lane, could be safe lane. So it seems we're gonna be an see an off lane Doom here with a safe lane Luna. Okay, fantastic. DK, of course, gonna be in the mid lane, and then Ancient Apparition and Skyrift Mage playing the supporting role. I would expect to see the Ancient Apparition just sit top with the Luna for the Levana Skyrift Mage, play more of a mid support, you know, help out against the Quap of Pain. Because it's actually like, I think DK can handle a lot of mid heroes that other people can't. Quap is just super scary, right? Even if you can deal with heroes like Shadow Fiend and heroes like, and I actually know TA, right? That doesn't mean you can handle a Quap. Quap is super, super scary in the mid lane, especially if you play on a level like this. I feel like Quap is the kind of hero that becomes more and more powerful, right? The higher the skill level goes. So while she might be like, I don't know, let's just randomly assign numbers, right? These are not actually supposed to be accurate, but let's say Quap of Pain is actually a 6 out of 10 hero on low skill level. I think she would be like a 7 out of 10 in like in medium skill level, like an 8 out of 10 in high skill level, and then a 9 out of 10 at very high, which is where this is at. I'll save the 10 out of 10. Not really sure what hero that would be. So yeah. Anyway, as you can see right here, this game only had Russian and Chinese casters, which is why I am here. Hello, everybody. Yeah. Again, if you have a game that you want me to take a look at, feel free to let me know. I would definitely appreciate it. Sounds fantastic. But for today, we will be taking a glance at this one right here. So yeah, anyway, we got Alchemist right here. Look at him. I'm a big ogre with fancy swords and like a fancy hand. I should really get myself those items. I mean, they're fancy as fuck. But we also have a Tusk currently sitting up at the top, and it seems to just Ember at the bottom. So Ember gonna be in the safe lane here. Not too surprising, honestly. And yeah, I'm really just not blown away by any of what's happening right now. Just one thing, by the way, I think the reason why Unknown is at the top is because they believe that Cloud9 is gonna be roaming into the bottom as like a 5-man smoke, so they can prevent the Alchemist from getting that 500 what do you call it? 500 gold bounty rune, right? And oh wait, actually it seems this Alchemist is mid. I love that. Okay, Quap off lane. Yeah, wait, I didn't actually consider that yet. I just saw Quap and I was like, hey, yeah, you know, like she's gonna be mid, of course. But no, she's not. She's offlane, and we're gonna have the Alchemist mid. That's gonna be interesting. So I'm a big fan of Alchemist mid, and you guys know why? Because Acid Spray. Because this is my strategy. This is mine. You stealing fucks. Oh man. But yeah, now, honestly, I'm not really sure if this is gonna work out for the Alchemist though. This is really hard. This is a tough lane to handle, ooh, yeah. So gonna be kind of difficult, definitely. Either way, currently it actually appears that Unknown had to rotate a lot. That sucks. You always hate having to do that, but Cloud9 definitely outplayed them in the just super early stage of the game, just in the decision-making progress of laning, because they do want to pair the Ember Spirit up against the Doom, right? Because he's gonna be fine there. Yes, I don't see Ember Spirit killing Doom, but at the same time also don't see Doom killing Ember Spirit, and I feel like that's what Unknown cares more about, right? And at the bottom, however, Cloud9 put their tri-lane, which is tough to deal with. I mean, that's just not something they can really handle with only an Ember Spirit. So the Queen of Pain had to go to the bottom, and Ember Spirit had to go to the top. Again, a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. And Alchemist really hoping to get the bounty. He's not gonna get it. I love this from Cloud9. They have this ward down. They had it down from the very beginning, right? And well, yeah, look at this. Like, they always know where he's going. They always know what he's doing. And they don't give the Alchemist any opportunity to get what he needs, which are those runes, right? That's something he definitely requires. And that's a definite weakness of the strategy, right? Again, I personally like playing like this a lot. I like having Alchemist in the mid lane. I think he's pretty good at it. Oh, shit. Please excuse that. I was busy talking about that. Okay. So please disregard these, don't actually exist. We got a snowball in on the ancient apparition, and he's just gonna be frozen up and blown into high heaven. Quap blinks out. Tusk currently in kind of an awkward spot, but I think they're gonna get the kill anyway, yeah. Luna tries to fight. I mean, she's definitely getting a lot of damage, and she's rather fast as well, but it's risky, right? Tusk does not have long cooldowns. In fact, his spells are ready again. Same for the Queen of Pain. She's gonna be able to dagger you up. Luna might have been able to get a kill, but it's just not worth the risk. Either way, Alchemist now got his bottle, so he's going to be able to spam more. Now, as I mentioned, a weakness of this build is that Alchemist is entirely reliant on actually being able to farm in the lane, right? And he has strong tools to make that happen, right? The Acid Spray is fantastic. By the way, I love this. This stacking is fantastic. But he has the Acid Spray, which is a fantastic tool for making that happen. But at the same time, if there is the Skywrath Mage, right, and if Cloud9 can actually zone him out and not let him farm at all, then, ooh, that's a problem, right? Like, if you can overpower him somehow, then Alchemist has no defense in that situation, right? He just has to put up with it, and that's kind of unfortunate. But while he's on his own, as you can see, he does just fine. It's wonderful. You just sit there, you spam the freaking Acid Spray, and you're gonna be okay. Now that he's got his bottle, it's also gonna make his life a lot easier, simply because he's now able to actually, you know, regen up, even if they steal all of the runes from him, just because he can't bottle crow. So it seems like he's actually putting a ton of value on getting these stacks, and I think that's a pretty cool strategy. Although he needs to... I think he got the timing right this time. Yeah, he did. But yeah, he's putting a ton of value on getting these stacks going. That's actually really cool. This doesn't work on the Dire, though. It's already an only strategy, sadly. Yeah, a few of those exist. Honestly, like, this jungle setup is so much better than the Dire's. But, you know, Dire has other advantages. I personally only... yeah, well, the Roshan, of course, is a pretty big advantage, and, you know, there are a few things. Oh, Skywrath Mage gonna die right here. Actually denied by the Luna, and they might be able to get the Tusk. Just one hit? No, they can't. Oh, that's unfortunate. Wow, but at the very least, the deny comes out, so that's kind of a big deal. I'm sure that Cloud9 is quite happy with that. It's like one of those plays where, yeah, in the end, you still lost the hero. You did! Right? Like, in the end, the Skywrath Mage still died. But it feels like you outplayed your opponent. It feels like, yeah, you know what, like, we lost the hero. But who really made the big play happen there, right? You just went for somebody and failed to get the kill. But I went in and denied that shit. How many hero denies have you gotten? Right? And that's kind of like just a mentality thing. It's just, oh, hey, you know? Like, I know we didn't actually... get anything out of it, and in the end it was still a loss for us, but mentality wise it seems like it was your victory, and that's always something that I personally value, right? I think that's really important to have, like, a right mindset, have a good mindset going into all of this, and yeah. So Alchemist is gonna start farming this, it appears. Huh, yeah, that's actually really cool. I guess saying this is my strategy. By the way, if I say that, it's not because I'm, like, trying to claim I came up with shit like this. No. No. That is not the point. The point is just that, you know, it's something I like to do, not something... I don't know, that's a lot of fun for me. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, we got Tusk running into 2 supports. And actually, Queen of Pain also coming in. They're gonna try to turn us around on the Ancient Apparition. They will be able to get that kill, however, Tusk still goes down. Skywrath Mage now fighting up against the Quap. He's gonna die, and what an unnecessary doom. I guess he wanted to make sure she didn't blink out, but frankly, no. She wasn't gonna blink out. She was, like, it's not a high-level Quap. She doesn't have that ready. There's no way. It just doesn't happen. So it seems he's gonna start farming these now. That seems fine. I mean, you gotta start sometime, right? So why the hell not? Gonna transform. And that's gonna be a lot of money in his pocket. A ton of money in his pocket. Holy shit. He's gonna be rich after this. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. These stacks are so valuable. So valuable. And the nicest thing about this, what makes us even more valuable, is that he didn't actually have to use support's time to get it done. Well, he just did it all himself. He just sat down. I was like, fuck it. I want the stack. Let me stack. Alright, let me actually just take care of that. Ember Spirit, meantime, at the top. Kind of getting initiated on. You know, Dragonite is still going in, but I don't see him getting that kill. They lose the Witch Doctor, however. Which I guess is not the biggest loss in the world. I mean, it's still not great, but it's not that important. And yeah, so I guess Alchemist is doing pretty fine right here. Got himself boots, which is nice. I wonder what he's going for next. I've quickly addressed this at the start of the game. But currently there's an Alchemist build going on that, again, I don't fully understand it. Right, I think it's a little weird. And that's basically Radiance, Manta-style Octarine Core. Now, you may ask, why? And I'm like, I guess it's a lot of burn damage, and you kind of heal from the Octarine Core. And reduces Manta-style cooldown. Not really sure why the Manta-style, though. I mean, I can see a lot of things that make sense in there, right? Like, the items themselves, they seem to synergize pretty well. Right, like Octarine Core definitely works with Manta-style and Radiance. Yeah, sure, why not? Right? But they just don't seem like Alchemist items to me. But at the same time, what the fuck, I don't know. Right, we'll just see how it plays out. I've seen it used a few times and it worked great. So, it might be one of those cases where it's just like, well, this doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. I mean, this is really quite odd. But fucking hell, I mean, it works great, so who am I to question it, right? So, yeah. Anyway. In terms of last hits, Dragonite leading the charge. In terms of net worth, we've got the Alchemist, of course, ahead of him, because a lot of his last hits are just better last hits, I guess. They're just worth more, right? And not just because he's Alchemist, but because he's also farming the jungle, right? So, always something to keep in mind. And, well, back into the mid lane he goes. So it seems we're gonna see the Radiance again. I don't mind that too much. I think that's actually pretty good here, just because he's having a great time, right? Like, he's doing fine. So, since he is doing fine, why the hell would you not get a Radiance? Right? Alchemist is pretty scary like that. He can definitely do that. He can get a very, very early Radiance and just blow everybody up, and why not? Right? Like, what's the downside? On the other side, we got Doom. He's just kind of doing Doom things again, running around the map, not really getting a whole lot done. Every once in a while, he's gonna find something, and then all of a sudden, he will be the highest net worth in the game for no good reason. Corp, however, sees this coming. It's not really up for any of that nonsense, though, and it's just hiding in the trees. Luna seems to be going for... But she's not actually doing that well, is she? Did she die? No, she didn't. Oh, honestly, seems like she could have more money, but she went for a lot of starts items. Guess it's pretty early on in the game. Right, this just doesn't seem like that much, but no, it's pretty early, so... I suppose so. Oh, Doom. There's nothing that's gonna come out of this, though. He's not getting that kill. He might die, but I don't even think that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's just... Okay. But on the upside, I guess... Unknown is gonna appreciate the wasting of Doom. Oh, wait, what? TP boots right away. Okay, buddy. Somebody's feeling confident. I'm not too sure how much I like that, honestly. I mean, I get why, right? Like, it first of all gives you that kind of infinite regen potential. You don't have to spend money on TPs, and the cooldown is low, so you just put down a Remnant, and you TP back, heal up, and come back in. Which is fantastic, right? But the thing is, like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of money on an item that adds no fighting power, actually. Like, I was about to say, like, almost no fighting power, but no, it just doesn't add any. You're not gonna be able to fight better because you have TP boots. So, I'm really not too sure what that is about. And the thing is, you might say, well, you know, maybe they're just looking to avoid fights. Yeah, but maybe Cloud9 sees this coming and runs in with a fucking Dragonite with an invisibility and blows you the shit up. And you don't have any stats, you don't have any survivability, you just fucking die on the spot. Right? And now, as it turns out, you don't have a farming item, so all of a sudden you're gonna be poor as shit. But again, you do have Alchemist who's farming a lot anyway, and he now has his relic, so... Yeah, a little odd, and I guess saying that he doesn't have a farming item when he got TP boots is kind of a little wrong, because like they are actually a pretty decent farming item. Oh well. Dragonite, just gonna be pushing the top lane. He has a Shadow Blade, so I'm gonna see that coming out from him. I'm a little surprised by that. Honestly, this seemed more like a Blink Dagger kind of game. But, I mean, I don't see a problem with the Shadow Blade. Shadow Blade is good. Like, it's just a good Dragonite item, there's nothing wrong with that, but it just seemed like Blink Dagger would have been the choice this time around. Witch Doctor. Just kind of hoping he doesn't get detected. Just like, ah, hello everybody. I'm just your friendly neighborhood doctor. I got a TP in from blue, so that's gonna be the Tusk. Who has no mana. Got a magic wand ready, but still running a little low.
Mid-tower's having technical difficulties.
Queen of Pain is just sitting in the jungle farming up, and so is everybody else. Spending a lot of time focusing our attention on the Radiant. I'm sorry about that. Mecha done on the Doom. So, not too surprised by that, seeing as he built Arcane Boots. I personally like this build, actually. I think it was pretty good. Mecha is nice. Like, it's really that simple. It's just very important item. You should get it almost every game. Well, not like on every hero, but like on one hero per team. And Doom is the kind of hero where he just has a lot of money, so why not? Alright. Everybody else doesn't really have anything fancy yet. I mean, Luna's just mostly farming up and doing okay. So, I guess that's fine. You know, one thing I don't get, one thing I don't really understand why people don't do this, is as Luna, don't get a point into stats. Right, don't be silly like that. Just save the skill point and max out the Moonglaze at 10. It speeds your farming up by so much. Much more powerful. Much more powerful. Oh, we got a Doom, by the way, on the Queen of Pain. Doom also rushing in. That should be a kill. Yeah, she's dead. Yeah. And the mid tower is now getting broken down. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like that, right? Just having the Moonglaze max, because from 3 to 6 is a huge jump. That is enormous. Right? So you want level 4. You don't just want level 3. You want level 4. And really, like 2 points of strength. Is that really worth it? And agility? I don't know. I think it speeds your farming up by a lot. I would like to see that, but maybe I'm just like completely wrong about that, and that's complete nonsense. But to me, I just don't see why you wouldn't do it. Right? Come on, those 2 points of stats aren't that important. We got Kuroko. Gonna be blown up right here. Oh, Luna Ultimate just tears the Alchemist apart. Also ends up taking down the Tusk. And Cloud9 is just... They're just pushing. They're just going in. They do have the Dragonite, right? And... that's one thing that this hero is very good at. Right, you just activate the Elder Dragon form and every single hit deals so much damage. You just break down towers like it's nothing, and the hero just, you know, like he's very good at standing in front, just attacking towers as well. Right, it's not just a matter of, oh, well, you know, like you get poison on the tower and it deals more damage. That is a part of it. But another important part of it is that Dragonite is just tanky enough to sit there and do that. Right, not every hero can actually pull that off. So they just spotted out that there's a sentry. Quite lucky that they ended up being one. Queen of Pain would have died otherwise, but I guess calling it luck is not really right. Right? It's just, you know, they do have their sentries ready for a reason. I always feel like that takes away from the supports when you call something like that lucky. But yeah, Ember now working on the Battle Fury, of course. In no way surprising. I'm Pretty sure. And yeah, so we're gonna see the Manta style this game. Now that's pretty interesting, isn't it? Now, why would we see a Manta style? Well, the illusions, they retain the transformation. They don't get the regen, but they retain the transformation, so that's pretty good. Movement speed is nice. Gives you some decent stats, but nothing too crazy, honestly. And, Sentry, they see this coming, but Dragonite is gonna be able to... Oh, nice play from the Tusk! Saves the Alchemist. Also saves him from the Ancient Apparition ultimate, and oh man, Doom goes down. So does the Dragonite. Skyriff Mage gonna be next. Ancient Apparition. Chased down by the Quap. There's no way. There's no way he makes it out of this one. He tries to slow them down a little bit, but he will fall in the end. So the only one to make it out of that is actually the Luna. That's crazy. Wow. Fantastic play from the Tusk. He is the one that won the team fight, and is not just standing there like an idiot. Probably celebrating himself. Like, imagine if they are in the same room, like he's running around, like everybody's giving him a pat on the shoulder. It's just like furiously masturbating on his screen. Like, I don't really know what's going on with this fella, but that was amazing. That was incredible, and he did great. Oh, packet loss. I kind of like my version a little more. Okay. But yeah, so that was fantastic, of course. Of course, the Snowball saving the Alchemist, and that's a big deal. So yeah, but we're gonna see the Manta Star come out. Now, what else can we do with the Manta Star? We can use the illusions to have the Radiance effect and just send them into lanes. And have them farm, which is pretty good, alright? Seeing as Alchemist has higher gold income from creeps anyways, you're just gonna amplify that even further through killing more creeps. I mean, that's pretty obvious. So, I can kind of see that being why, but I just don't know. I would love to hear one of the pro players' explanations for the Manta Star, but there we go. So he immediately activates it. These are the illusions, and what is he gonna do with them? Yeah, just gonna send them in here, tear down this creep wave, I guess. So yeah, as you can see, he does get the bonus gold. But actually, no, he didn't. Wait, does he or does he not? He just got some and then he didn't get others. Well, that's weird. Okay. But yeah, so, I guess that's it. Activates the Manta Star again every single time it's ready. It just activates it and starts pushing somewhere. So, I guess it's mostly just an our farming tool, but as you can see, right, like sometimes he gets it. I think it's when he... Well, maybe it was just a visual bug the last time around. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. So the thing I wonder is if we're actually gonna see the Octarine Core next. Alright. So Octarine Core, as I already mentioned, it does work pretty well with illusions. Because, you know, the illusions do, first of all, like they reduce in cooldown. And I think you heal off them. I'm not too certain about that. I'm actually kind of interested. Let me go ahead and just put this on directed camera while I figure that out. Octarine Core. So Dota 2 Wiki. What? Or maybe Liquidpedia. Liquidpedia is generally a little better. I don't actually no, it doesn't seem to be. Okay, maybe over here, maybe on the Dota 2 Wiki. Just Dota 2 Wiki is so slow. Okay. Notes. No, it doesn't. Damage done by its summons do not heal. Okay, so illusions do not heal them. Okay, I guess that's wrong then. So, I just gotta try this, I think. I just think it's so weird. It's just not something I would have come up with on my own at all. It's just odd. But okay. So we got a BKB down on the Dragonite. That's of course in no way a surprising item. We got the Manta Star coming out on the Luna pretty soon. Again, in no way surprising. Doom sitting on a Hand of Midas, pretty late Hand of Midas. That is actually kind of surprising, and we're gonna see a very late Hand of Midas coming out from the Ancient Apparition, which, again, I do not think is surprising. Scarif Mage working on a Rod of Atos, that's a nice item. I like that a lot. So, hopefully he gets to finish that up sometime soon, and what we saw right there is the problem with Ember Spirit, right? He now actually has his Battle Fury, but he doesn't have any way to dispel the silence, and it just gets blown up. Just like the Tusk did in the mid lane. Dragon Knight currently kind of hoping to maybe snatch another kill, but that's just not gonna happen. Meantime, Alchemist, his illusions are still just roaming around the map, being assholes. Now, the thing I can definitely see for the Octarine Core is it gives him the Acid Spray, right, which is just super scary right now. 30 damage per second. Reduces the cooldown down to, I think, 16. Like, about 16. Should be around there. Actually, it's gonna reduce it by 5.5 seconds. So, 16.5. Basically 16. What's on there? Oh, an Argonums! And, well, there we go, buddy. But yeah, like, that's gonna be pretty good, right? And, of course, he now has the option to share Argonums around. Queen of Pain, she just bought her own, but he gave one to the Witch Doctor, which is a very powerful Argonums effect, right? That's a huge upgrade. And, of course, we also have the Tusk, who could potentially get one. I don't imagine we will see that anytime soon. But it's interesting that they actually did that they actually did share an Argonums around. I'm fascinated by that. But yeah, as you can see, the illusions, for some reason, do not get the health regeneration, but they do get the mana regeneration. Which I think is somewhat funny. But yeah, I feel like with Octarine Core, once you put down the Acid Spray and you put down, well, you have Radiance just going on, you will actually be healing a lot. Right, like that's a lot of damage coming out. So I don't know. I'm just coming up with reasons why this is exactly the item build. Because we've never seen something like this before, right? This is an entirely new Alchemist style. This is old school Alchemist would not have built this. Old school Alchemist would definitely have built a Radiance. That's nothing new. But Meta style? Either way. I just think it's interesting. That's why I'm talking about it so much. Meantime, the level 9 Witch Doctor with his Argonums. Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, he does have this going on now. And again, that's a scary death ward. He does want level 11 though, if he can get it sometime soon. That would be pretty neat. That would be rather powerful. Scarif Mage has finished up the Rod of Atos, and the Hand of Mine is also done on Ancient Apparitions, so we're gonna see Argonums come out eventually. Right? We don't know when. Eventually. Sometime in the future. And that's really all we need. I always think that Ancient Apparition helmet looks like a Vengeful Spirit item. Doesn't it? It looks like Vengeful Spirit's grandfather. It's just like, oh, you kids these days. Back in my day, we didn't avenge any spirits. We just murdered people with ice. And it's just like, come on, the fuck? Grandpa, what does that even mean? It's just, I don't even care. I'm a grandpa. I don't have to actually make sense. Yeah, I would be a great grandpa. I just want to be an old person. Because I feel like those people get to have a lot more fun. So we're gonna see a BKB come out from the Alchemist. Not too surprising. Definitely not. And, well, I guess for now we are mostly just back to farming. Yeah, the current metagame is a lot slower, right? It's a lot more farming orientated, and people just... I feel like people are just more willing to avoid fights. Right, in 6.84... most of the time, when somebody was given the opportunity to fight, they would. They would just go in, they would just not respect you, they would do whatever the fuck it took to stop you from pushing and stop you from doing what you like to do. But in 6.85, it's a little different. It seems like, you know, the game plan doesn't so much revolve around shutting down your opponents. Most of the time it's just you have a strategy and you're gonna build your strategy and you're gonna hopefully be able to pull off what you plan on doing. Not so much prevent the enemy from doing what they want to do. If that makes any sense. Oh well, we got the Witch Doctor kind of in an awkward spot. I mean, he is detected. I wonder if he knows this. He has no idea. He's gonna TP out anyway, which is pretty smart. Or not. But he's dead now. I don't know what he waited for. And that's the kind of scenario where you just gotta TP out, man. Okay. I always think those look so funny, because it's just like, I don't know, maybe somebody's around. I guess I'll just go hide. I'm sure they won't find me. And you just get blown up, and like, oh. Yeah, I guess that was kind of silly. Oh well. I'm not really sure what the Quap is doing up here. Hiding in the trees for a little while. Oh, not entirely convinced. You never noticed what her back looks like. That's awful. Does that hurt? Do those wings hurt? I imagine they would. I mean, they aren't used for anything. She doesn't actually fly. They seem unnecessary. Are they like your... Wait, what do you call that? Fuck. Oh well, whatever. Anyway. So, the top tower goes down. Luna now got BKB and Manta Star, so she's looking pretty strong. Dragon Knight about to finish up his Assault Cuirass, but it seems they don't care. They're just gonna go in anyway. We've got the Frost Dragon used, and yeah, that's a lot of damage coming out. We have Unknown coming back, and the Queen of Pain actually died up there. What the fuck was she doing there? The fuck? I mean, seriously? You aren't farming, you aren't getting anything now. Like, what was the plan? To snipe a courier? I don't get that. Okay, that's just weird to me. They kind of want to go back and just like follow her around and see what she did, but I guess that was not interesting enough for that. Anyway, Ancient Apparition just slowly working towards his Argonums. I think you can see why I think, or why I personally believe that Ancient Apparition is ahead of Midas support. Right? Like, it's just, you know, you really want an Argonums on him, but if you just regularly play him, if you just, you know, go about your day the usual way, then you will never be able to fucking get it. But you just pick up a hand of Midas and it's like, okay boys, I'll have it. That's just gonna be a thing. Give me a while, but it's gonna be there. And that's pretty nice. Got crits now coming out on the Ember Spirit. I'm actually rather surprised that he's not going for a Manta style. Yeah, you know, like allows you to disable the Skyriff. Skyriff shit, which is nice. Alchemist, by the way, finishes up his BKB. Now, one thing, by the way, I feel like I should maybe point out. The reason for the Manta style is not the Skyriff. Like, I've seen this build in different games where there was no Skyriff. The people just buy Manta style on Alchemist now. Right. That's just a thing. Oh, we got a reverse smoke. I spotted out though. Doom goes in. He wants to drop the task. He's not gonna get it though. Luna activates the ultimate. Oh, big ultimates. And the Witch Doctor sitting in the back, tearing Cloud9 apart. Luna gonna be able to escape thanks to the BKB. Dragon Knight looking around. He maybe wants a little more, but in the end, he too will concede this fight and just head out. So that's a 1-4-3. I'm fairly certain that Unknown is pretty happy with that. Oh, they definitely are happy with that. I mean, that's a pretty big fight. So, I wonder what the Alchemist is actually gonna grab next. Again, I've seen Dr. Rinko. I've talked so much about that item and he hasn't actually bought it yet. So, I wonder if that's what's next in line or something else maybe. Maybe he's actually gonna go the more conventional route. Maybe we see something like an Assault Cuirass, which I think would make a lot of sense. Maybe we see something, like I don't know. Well, that seems unlikely. Honestly, if I had to guess, it would be either the Octarine Core or the Assault Cuirass. I can't possibly really explain why the Octarine Core is part of that, but I can definitely see a lot of value in an Assault Cuirass here. So, yes, it seems that's actually going to be that. Fantastic. No, that's a very good item. Just in general. I think it's very good here as well, because you do actually have, you know, Dragon Knight on the enemy team, who is a lot of physical damage. You have Luna, who hits pretty hard. So overall, I think, you know, it seems like a pretty nice upgrade. One thing, by the way, I would like to see the Luna upgrade, the Lunar Blessing. Yes, I totally get why you're getting stats. Instead, makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, you need to keep in mind that 4 out of the 5 heroes in your team are ranged. I feel like you're getting more value out of a high level of Lunar Blessing than you would out of stats just for yourself. And honestly, as we saw in that last fight, she didn't really run a risk of dying. Like, she fought and her team died, and then she had plenty of time to just escape. So that's always something to keep in mind. We actually have a Doom come out in Ember Spirit, and he's dead. Just dead. So, and that's a gem on the ground. I imagine it was actually on Ancient Apparition before he died. Alchemist now does have the Sokuras, and god, that hero! I mean, this is just ridiculous, isn't it? Like, the pace at which he farms is absolutely stupid. And there you go, he just gets a new item. How do you even reasonably do that? He's sitting at 21,000 net worth, and that includes, by the way, the 4.2 he gave to the Witch Doctor. Because, like, Witch Doctor doesn't actually have this much in terms of items. No, that's the Aghanim's effect. So Alchemist, actually what he farmed up this game is 25,000 gold. God, this is so ridiculous. 25,000 at, what is it, 33 minutes. How is that reasonable? How does that make any sense at all? What a silly hero. I'm not saying he's broken. I'm saying he's silly. Two different things. Two very different things. A lot of heroes in Dota are silly. The heroes don't even have to be good to be silly, right? Oh well. Well, I guess so. By the way, I feel like the Dragon Knight would definitely have been better off with a Blink Dagger instead of the Shadow Blade. I definitely agree that this hero needs some sort of initiation tool. But Shadow Blade just hasn't been working that well, if I'm completely honest. And he's barely gonna get anything out of the upgrade. So, just a bit of an odd choice. Roshan goes down. We're gonna have a lot of TPs back while the Dragon Knight is kind of trying to backdoor a little. And he's actually slowed down. The invisibility is definitely gonna come in handy right here for a little bit. No, he's actually just fine. So he gets some damage in on the range barracks. I really think that was a smart call as well, going for the range barracks over the mini barracks, because you're not getting either, right? And he knew that. Like, I'm not getting a barracks here, but I can actually, I can't damage the range barracks. This doesn't heal. This does heal, so just, you know, get some hits in. Eventually, you might be able to do that again, then take down the range barracks, and then you have taken a barracks. Even if it's just a range, that's still a barracks taken, right? So that's kind of a big deal. TP in. She does not have a gem, so this is not happening. Yeah. Doom, by the way, he's definitely going for a much more supporting build. He has finished up a Shiva's Guard, he has Mecha, he has Arcane Boots. Blink Dagger, of course, is just an all-around solid item for the hero. I do like this build, actually. I think it's pretty neat. I also do think that Aghanims is not that great this game. There are literally no passives on Unknown's team. None. I guess except for Grievous Greed. But that's not a fighting passive, right? Like, you don't get any value out of this during a fight. So, Doom right now does most of what it's supposed to do, which is just lock somebody out of casting abilities, lock them out of eye casting items, and deal a decent amount of damage. Now, of course, the upgrade would still add a ton of damage, right? Definitely true, but at the same time, do you really need the damage from the Doom? Nah, you just slap some utility on the guy, let him, you know, let him annoy some people, let him heal your team, and just be in the middle of the fight and be fat. And I think you got what you came for. Right, you got what you need from him. So, yeah. Anyway. I like his helmet. I gotta admit, it actually looks kind of cool. It looks much more like a Chaos Knight item, if I'm honest, but that doesn't mean it doesn't look cool. Because it does look cool. So right now, it's actually kind of difficult to tell who's ahead. Like, this seems pretty even. Now, of course, Alchemist is the kind of hero that needs a lot more net worth than other heroes, right, to be on the same level as them. But he does have that. So, It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. Got himself Boots of Travel. On top of the power trades. I always think this looks so funny, but it makes sense, right? Like, if you just buy Boots of Travel and you don't have anything else that you want to slap into that inventory spot, then just keep the power treads. I mean, why would you get rid of them right now? There's no reason. It just looks funny. And yeah, the game is pretty calm again. We got a Skadi on the Luna. That's interesting. I guess she just wants to tank up a little. I'm not sure how much I like that. I don't mind the idea of tanking up, but I think you would want to go for more lifesteal then, right? I mean, who are you really slowing with the Skadi? Alchemist? I guess, yeah. But that's it. We'll see. Like, I don't mind the idea of her having more HP, but I feel like maybe going for Satanic into Butterfly would have given her the same amount of survivability, but with a lot more aggressive, you know, aggressive potential. So, we're gonna see a top being pressured from Unknown, but at the same time Cloud9 trying to force them back with, you know, aggression on the bot lane. Of course, this is a lot more scary because, you know, it's your base, not just an outer tower. We're gonna see a snowball in. Oh, that's risky. Okay. Tusk, he is going in deep. They got the shackles on the Luna. She's gonna activate the BKB. Also goes off with the ultimate. We got the Ancient Apparition ultimate flying. Connects with 2. They lose the Ember Spirit. They lose the Alchemist. They lose the Tusk. Actually, Ember Spirit is still alive. Witch Doctor goes down in the background. Ember Spirit doomed up. He's not gonna be able to fight. He does have the Aegis, however. He should try to die right now. Yeah, there he goes. Does he have a Remnant down? I do not believe so. So, that's gonna be interesting. Silenced up. He seems pretty dead. Definitely dead. Okay, there we go. That is bad. Dragon Knight falls to the Alchemist and Queen of Pain though. So, while Cloud9 definitely won that fight, especially since Unknown had to use buybacks, they also, I don't think that they can push. Their team is just running a little low on regen. But seems like the Ancient Apparition is just gonna TP back. Of course, he has the advantage of having that global range, right? I wouldn't be too surprised to see him use an Ice Blast on the creep wave. That's not what I was about to say, but okay, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I thought he was gonna use it at the bottom. But it seems that Cloud9 have actually finally decided to fall back. Seems reasonable, and Satanic now finished on the Luna. She really doesn't deal that much damage, which I think is an interesting choice. She seems to be mostly reliant on her spells, but I don't know. Like, a nice thing about Cloud9's team is that they actually have 5 heroes that can all put out a decent amount of pressure without actually having to build too much in terms of damage. Right? Luna just, you know, the glaives deal a lot of damage no matter what you do, and the ultimate is always strong. So you got that going on, and you got Dragon Knight just being nasty and scary. You know, while also being tanky. So this guy always puts out a lot of damage, and then you have Doom. Of course, like, while he doesn't have any sort of right-click potential right now, just the Scorched Earth, the Level Death, and the Doom. Those are powerful spells. Like, they can definitely create a lot of havoc in Unknown's lineup. And, you know, Ancient Apparition, of course, percentage-based. I mean, and that Skyriff Mage deals damage, we don't have to mention that, right? Like, 1,000 damage from the Mystic Flare. I think that's fairly obvious. So, yeah. A big problem I saw in that last fight, honestly, was Witch Doctor just dropping. Like, he just got popped instantly. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, like, you always have to keep in mind that Witch Doctor does actually carry that Aghanim's given to him by the Alchemist, and you might say, well, you know, it's not that big of a deal, it's just a Witch Doctor. But yeah, but honestly, the Witch Doctor is kind of an item from the Alchemist, right? Like, that's something that he spent money on. And not having that, that's like saying, well, you know, Alchemist can fight without the Soul Cuirass. I guess, technically speaking, but does he want to? No. No. So Ice Blast still on a lot of A lot of unknowns heroes, and I feel like at this point they're in a bit of an awkward spot. Cloud9 is just applying pressure from all sides, and this is really what a lot of games have come to, I feel, right now. It's a lot of slow sieging, right? It's a lot of, okay, we're gonna pick a point, right? Like, we're gonna go into the top, and we're gonna slowly poke top until it's dead. We're not gonna kill it instantly, we're just gonna keep poking it until it died. And Alchemist, so no, we're not gonna see an Octarine Core this game, okay. I guess that's fine. We're gonna see a Skull Basher instead, of course, Abyssal Blade eventually. Now, I like that item. I think that's a good item. Does it do anything for Manta Style? No. Does he care? Probably not. Because like all he does with the Manta Style is actually just send them out to clear out a creep wave. So, I don't know. It seems to me really like the Manta Style and Radiance combination is just like a hugely expensive farming item. I guess that makes sense. As Alchemist, I don't know. I guess it's like... I suppose they are farming items that, unlike most farming items, actually allow you to fight. Alright, because Manta Style is not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's actually fantastic. It's just a very good item all around. I don't know. We'll see. Right now the game has cooled down again. But it seems like Cloud9 is getting a little impatient. They have everything they need. They are definitely ahead by a decent amount. Just the experience is actually crazy. But they are doing fine. The gold is always going to be a lot more even than it really should be just because of Alchemists. So it seems like Cloud9 are in control and they are looking to maybe put an end to this. Dragon Knight with the big scary Daedalus, of course. We have Doom ready with a, you know, with his Guardian Grease now, and also got himself a gem. We got Luna with the Boots of Travel. Oh, actually shackled up right there. We got Tusk coming in as well. She's gonna activate the BKB and gonna be just fine. The regen, the heals coming out. Popping the ultimate. Tusk already taken down. Witch Doctor standing his ground, but he can't really do much. He's gonna be blown up. Queen of Pain trying to run away. It seems she's gonna be fine. Same for the Alchemist, but that's 2 versus 5. Cloud9 does not lose a single hero. And let me be honest, this seems dire for the Radiant. Ha! Ha! Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah. So. There we go, the barracks full. And the thing is, it doesn't seem like it's just gonna be one barracks, right? Luna is so good at pushing like this. There we go, that's the second one. And top is also exposed, right? This is looking pretty bad. This seems like it's just over. Yeah, there it goes. That's mega creeps. Just like that. Just like that. You lose one fight and it's game over. Now, they do have Alchemist, of course. Ember Spirit, pretty good at defending against big creep base as well. Queen of Pain. I don't see this being enough. I don't see this being enough. And no, don't tell me about Alliance versus NIP. Yes, I saw the game. No. No. This is not happening. As much as I wanted to, but I feel like the next push should clear it out. Especially with Roshan being up. You can see Cloud9 is already waiting for it. So, yeah. Well, or maybe they aren't. Maybe they're just not doing anything. But they also got so much money out of that last fight. That's also such a big deal. You see that dip? It was like 5 grand in their favor, and now all of a sudden it's like 20. Yeah, that's how quick it is, man. Fuck up one fight in a bad position and you lose the game. But yeah, it seems like Cloud9, they're gonna take Roshan. They got the butterfly now down on the Luna. Probably gonna put the edges on the Dragon Knight. I would imagine. Actually, he's carrying the gem right now. So, okay. Doom, I suppose. Yeah, probably gonna put it on the Doom, it seems. No, no, it is the Dragon Knight. Cheese is on the ground and Doom is gonna pick that. No? Okay. I know, it is a difficult decision to decide whether or not you want to have the cheese or you don't want to have the cheese. But let me give you a little help here. You want to have the cheese. I mean, it's kind of a pretty good item. Kind of a big deal. Tusk caught out, gonna be blown up. Well, actually, so far he's doing fine, but no. Okay. Dragonite comes in. Gets a big crit on the Queen of Pain already, so there goes half her HP. And Ember Spirit blown up. Luna just pushing the base. She isn't even interested in any of this nonsense. Alchemist brewing his stun, and he's gonna go for the Dragonite here, but he just isn't strong enough. You can see he doesn't deal any damage. Dragonite far too tanky at this point. And there it goes. We have the GG come out. Cloud9 takes it over Unknown. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was a little bit of a shoutcast, I guess. And yeah, I think I'm getting slightly better. I mean, I don't suck that much anymore, do I? Anyway, see you around. Goodbye.